This is Bre Irish with KORC, News, Music, and Civics. The Oregon State Legislature is firing on all cylinders as they're now nearly 3/4 of the way through their short session. There's a lot going on at the state legislature and a lot on their plate, and not a lot of time to get things done. There's the tax system decoupling issue, which looks to be moving full steam ahead. The bill, SB 1507, is the bill that disconnects Oregon's tax system from the federal tax system, allowing Oregon to save some money by not automatically adopting the tax cuts from Trump's big ugly bill. SB 1507 ensures that corporations and wealthy investors don't get to double dip on their taxes by claiming tax breaks on both their federal and state tax returns. The bill also removes several tax breaks that disproportionately benefit the top 1% of earners and would save Oregon more than $311 million. The Oregon Senate has passed this bill out of their chamber, but it still needs to pass the Oregon House before Governor Kotek can sign it. And data center haters, listen in. State Senator Janine Salmon has introduced a bill, SB 1586, that would open 1,700 acres of farmland in Washington County to convert it to industrial land. What does this have to do with data centers? Well, data centers are largely built on industrial-zoned land, and this bill would also have doubled the property tax breaks in a program that is primarily used by data centers. This bill caused widespread outrage over not only the destruction of 1,700 acres of farmland, but would have contributed to the data center development that has represented the largest increase in electricity usage in the state. The data center development in Oregon has been rapid and is a huge reason why Oregon's power grid is so strained, and it also contributes to your rising electric bills. Oregon, unfortunately, has a long history of giving data centers big breaks on their taxes, with some estimates that these data centers will save more than $450 million in property taxes this year alone. These property taxes that they're not paying go to support critical infrastructure in schools in Oregon, making it particularly galling for some Oregonians that were giving away money to destroy needed farmland and not even getting any investment really back in return. Data centers also do not create many jobs in communities once their construction is complete. They also use large amounts of water, something that is extremely important to protect in this day and age. Thankfully, Senator Salmon kind of saw the light after some contentious public meetings where her constituents gave her an earful. She announced that she'll be revising the bill to remove the part of the bill that doubled the tax breaks for these data center companies. The fight doesn't appear to be over, though, since Governor Kotek is pushing a bill of her own that expands tax breaks for corporations and other, quote, innovation-driven industries, and engaged in, quote, manufacturing, assembly, fabrication, processing, shipping, or storage in pursuit of economic development. Which sounds like an opportunity for these data centers to still get their dearly beloved tax breaks. Corvallis' own Sarah Finger McDonald's bill to require Oregon's public schools and universities to notify communities when immigration agents are on campus has passed the Oregon House. Longstanding federal policy has blocked immigration enforcement at sensitive areas like schools, churches, and hospitals. But the Trump administration, in their quest to spread fear into every corner of our world, has rescinded that policy as of last year. Representative Finger McDonald's bill comes after multiple instances of immigration enforcement by Trump's jackboots at sensitive locations, including the story of a family being abducted in Portland after seeking care for their 7-year-old daughter at a hospital in Portland. Trump's paramilitary thugs also arrested a 17-year-old boy who was a U.S. citizen just outside of his school in Wilsonville and detained an Iranian father outside of his child's preschool in Beaverton. This bill is also part of the immigration justice package, comprised of at least 13 bills that would make it easier to sue federal agents, boost data protections for immigrants, and ban agents from wearing masks. Oh, and let's not forget about the ODOT funding saga. After the debacle that was ODOT funding last year, the state legislature has to figure out again what they might do to save the cash-strapped agency. The problem before the state legislature is this. There is a $242 million hole in the current Oregon Department of Transportation budget. They'd also like to find around $46 million more to cushion for unexpected costs. As you can imagine, the solutions are not easy. Some options have been floated, freezing 138 vacant positions to save $70 million, but would leave ODOT severely understaffed. Not ideal for employees already shouldering a large burden of work. Shifting money from other programs is another possibility, but those funds are needed for important things like bike and pedestrian upgrades near schools, seismic upgrades for bridges, electric vehicle charging, marine and airport terminal improvements, and upgrades to the passenger rail system. A solution that everyone can agree on has not yet emerged, and time is of the essence. Governor Kotek has said she will lead a fresh effort to pass transportation funding next year. That is, if she's reelected. There's no shortage of work to be done in the state legislature with very little time to get it done. These bills are not the only ones on the to-do list for the legislature as they stare down the final portion of this year's short session. This is Bre Irish with KORC, News, Music, and Civics.